I
Welcome,
keep on
everyone.
commenting.
This is back. Logistical Nightmares. Sim Racing. Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh my god, I'm off the track.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Thanks, Paul, for putting me on the correct path. So, Wednesday night console ACC qualifying session, Barcelona, GT3s, everything's on the go. I have two extra commentators here with me tonight. So, one, aka Paul Venter, everyone knows him as the Rain Master. And then, of course, we also have Ruan, who popped into our channel. So he's the latecomer and late joiner. Welcome to him as well, man. How's it, boys?
I'm just here for the facts. So when you guys need some fact checking, I'll do the fact checking.
Fact
There
checking.
we go. Well, I was told it was going to be wet. Now it's sunny. No, I got to protest. Where can I sign up for protesting here, man?
Things are happening. Things are happening. That's the whole thing about variable weather. These boys can never prepare for the right thing. And even every time they ask me offline for questions, they go like, "What's the weather gonna be like?" I go like, "I have no clue. I honestly don't."
Yeah, no, look, the whole week, the guys have been kind of saying, yeah, it's rained the whole time. Look, we're going to get to the race and it's going to be dry. And, well, quali's dry.
Quali is dry. Quali is dry. We haven't changed much. So even from a configuration point, I've literally just left the qualifying session to be on Sunday, and of course the race also to be on Sunday, which is a bit unusual because I was hoping it would just stay in this whole rain weather delay scenario that everyone wanted, but now it's not happening. So this is qualifying, boys. 6 minutes left. Boys haven't even set a proper time. We are looking at Sarge, one of two Lexus boys, coming down the final straight. So hopefully someone puts a time on the clock, and he smashes it with a 48. I don't know, Paul. What do you reckon these guys are gonna do? 47 by Robin.
Yeah, look, I know talk was some of the gents were doing 45s, 46. So that I'll leave that to like Skitty maybe, because I think he's our man to lay down that kind of lap times.
Off the
As you
bat,
said.
speak of the man. Yes.
But yeah, but other than that, I'm just hoping, man. I'm hoping the podium looters here, old Sarge and Mulgary, puts in some proper times. They got to beat Dave. That's the goal. Beat Dave. That's all they want to do.
It's strange. It's so strange seeing Skitty in an Audi though. Really weird.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Skitty in an Audi was not what I envisioned.
That's
Was
a
this
very
Mad Hatter?
No, it wasn't. So this is all free choice, open choice for the guys. They got to choose one manufacturer for the season. So I'm 100% with you. I would not have guessed Skitty going for an Audi.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird.
It
Well,
is.
it looks like it's working for him. It's working for him. So that's good.
Well, there's lots of surprises on the track. I mean, look at this man, Eleanor Pace. Everyone knows him
Well,
in a
it looks
Ferrari.
like yeah, Skitty and Pace just swapped manufacturers. That's what it seems.
Well, let's see if it works. Let's see if Pace can bring the Skitty speed, and well, let's see if Skitty can bring some Pace speed. It should be quite interesting.
Yeah,
I'm just sad there's no Bentleys.
no
I'm
Bentleys.
sad.
No
No
Bentleys.
Bentleys. No word.
That is so weird. One Lambo, one McLaren.
Yeah,
See a few
a couple of
Astons there.
Ashtons and a whole bunch of Ferraris and literally just a couple of Mercs.
I don't know, man.
So I wonder if these guys obviously were practicing for quali in the rain.
Yes, so just about all the practice was either a flooded track or a very, very wet track. So they haven't done a whole lot of dry running. So yeah, I think the quali times might bring a bit of a surprise for the guys.
Yeah, because I'm guessing some of the guys worked on wet setups then.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
But if you have a look at so Skitty and Mutwa are the reigning season 1 champions, and again they they're there on the front end. So it'll be good to see if they can keep that going. I see Robin's coming with some speed. Robin's coming. Where did Robin fall to? Where's Robin?
Robin,
Where is Robin? In fifth.
there we go, still in
fifth place.
fifth.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. So, and Dave needs to. Phew, what's Dave doing? Dave needs to select second gear or something there, man. He looks a little bit slow in his Merc.
But E2 has picked another car that I would not have ever guessed. So there's a lot of interesting surprises though, because like you guys got to note it down. I mean, we used to seeing Skitty in a Ferrari, we used to seeing Pace in an Audi, and that's quite the opposite tonight. Frost in a Ferrari is probably a well-known thing. Dave in a Merc, not really something I expected to see. Um,
And Gary and Alexis, I don't know if.
Oh no, Gary is always he went back to his Lexus. That was his first love. However, I'm surprised to see that Sarge is doing okay in the Lexus, because he was still testing 4 different GT3 manufacturers last night. He had not made up his mind last night. I think he made up his mind this morning when Gary sent him a setup or something, and he was like, okay, fine, I'll drive the Lexus. And that's it. So I think because the format of the championship is so mixed with the one make series and GT4s and GT3s, that guys are trying to go for something different, seeing as we forced them to go for something out of a hat for season 1.
Yeah.
I almost feel they went with the same philosophy in season 2, because nobody is in their regular cars. I think it's, from my knowledge, the only one would be Robin, that's in the Aston, and then Gary that's gone back to the Lexus. Other than that, I think everyone's gone for something different.
Yeah, even
Well,
AC
that's good to see,
Mutua
though.
is in a
He's a
McLaren.
he's a Lambo, like die-hard Lambo driver.
Exactly. It's like the Mad Hatter in our previous season has just sparked things up and made guys go for a different car and test things out, which is fundamentally what it means. You I know from experience, I mean, just driving on ACC, I've gone through a batch of cars. I didn't stick with one from the word get go and tried everything. And there's a few of them that I still miss, but there's 1 or 2 that I miss, but I'll never go back to again. And I've settled with Aston, but it's because I don't want to go back to anything else now because of all the amount of work I've done with it. But this is very interesting.
And
Yeah,
definitely,
one car you don't see often is a Nissan. You rarely see
Yes,
people driving Nissans.
yes. Yeah, there's no Nissans here. Shame. But the Nissan on the console is slow. On the PC side, I think they've adjusted the BOP for it, but on console, the Nissan seems to be probably about a second to a second and a half off. So does seem to struggle, same like the Honda, on overall pace on console side. So I see quali has ended, and where are we? I need to set my quality here. So Skitty is in pole.
Benchmarked. Definitely benchmarked by Skitty, followed by Pace and Frost. So these 3 boys were smashing it last week in race 1. And of course, the winner out of that one was Frost. So he is definitely someone to keep an eye out. He outqualified both Skitty and Pace, and he took both 2-minute, 30-minute races last week, which is a big win for him. Slow, his teammate is not far behind him, and again, I don't think Slow had much of a good race last week as well, so I'm hoping he's more positive this week. It looks like off the bat he's very quick. So I'm just going through the pack of individual guys that did make good effort and made lots of great achievements from last week's race, and off the bat, those 4 is what I can pick off the block as still the leaders of the pack, if I say that.
Yeah, definitely. And then I see Mutua and Dave, and they just about set identical lap times. And then you've got Robin and Jay Double and Popcorn. And Checker. I mean, they all within 2/10 of each other. Jeez, that mid pack That's madness.
Mid-pack is phenomenally close. I mean, it's just so intense. I think we're gonna definitely see some good racing today. It's gonna be quite fun. It's gonna be epic if we get the first couple of corners behind us and then get it off. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna see Frost being more aggressive. Um, and again, pace was very lenient last week. He had the
Yes.
pace and he was there, but he wasn't challenging. And I think this week he came to play. Like,
Yeah,
where is it? I said.
Pace isn't a big fan of Mazzano. So I think he kind of just take what he could get, and I think he's definitely a lot better at the upcoming tracks, especially like Barcelona. So I think, yeah, he is definitely going to be aggressive and going for that overall first place, man.
Yeah, no two ways about it. I would agree there.
Just nice seeing a pretty full server as
Yes,
well.
18 cars on the grid. We've had one guy, Mr. Valks, who said he unfortunately couldn't make it due to a last-minute emergency. So we were almost going to be a full grid of 19 cars, but 18 cars, that looks absolutely awesome.
It's better than the PC boys, man. Loving this, loving this,
That
loving
is
this.
true. We were how many cars? 14? 15 cars? 15?
Yeah, we had 15 cars on the PC side of it, but then again, it's been a roller coaster of a season and of a year. I think it's not just logistical nightmares. It's kind of like all other communities see the struggles from some racers being able to commit. And again,
Yes.
it's all about different parts of the world and so forth. With pandemics involved and all those lovely things. But again, it's always fantastic, even looking at LNR, all other communities on showcasing their drivers, whether it be local South African or international. Again, I'm a big fan of local South African communities, so big ups to all of them. Who do we got? So Steven. I always get Steven's name wrong. I saw at the corner of my eye, Steven goes like, "Pace love this track." Yes, this is KLM's track. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
Like, I can
We,
probably want to put my money on Skitty and Frost, but I know driving against Eleanor Pace on this track, he is deadly. Very, very deadly.
Yeah, he's definitely quick here, even though he always says he's not quick here. So, yeah, no, I think Price is got a good launch here. Skitty, of course, is
so
always a favorite.
let's hear it, gents. Who's going to take it between the top four boys? Skitty, Pace, Frost, or Slow? Who we got for the win there?
I'm gonna take a wild card. I'm gonna say Frest is gonna win this one.
I'm
Skitty and Pace are gonna battle a bit. They're gonna slow each other down. Frest is just gonna do his race.
I have to stick with Pace. I know where my gut sits, and it kind of sits with him. He is the boy that is sitting behind Skitty from a qualifying pace. But I think starting the race, that Ferrari is quick off the bat, so it's his corner to lose on corner one. And if he gets that done and dusted, he's probably going to head off into the sunset. That's sort of where I sit at.
Awesome. I'll then go with Skitty. Hopefully it was not the commentator's curse, because my boy tends to lose a bit of focus sometimes during a race. So let's hope Skitty keeps it together. Okay, and then our favorite battle resumes, Mutwa and Dave. I've got to go with my boy Dave. I think Dave.
You have no choice but to go with Dave.
I have to go with Dave. I cannot go for Mutwa. Mutwa and I have this little thing going. I cannot agree with him on anything, so I have to vote against Mutwa. So yes, I'm going for Dave for best runner-up, should we say, out of the second part.
I think Mutwa's got a thing to prove here. He wasn't part of the first race. That was purely because we had a full lobby set up already, so he missed the first one. He's here to represent his teammate, which is Skitty. So I'm guessing he's going to come out gun blazing. And that's why I said that. I'm going to be the opposite of what Paul is.
Also.
Well, we also have to check. I mean, it's not raining right now, and
No.
It's dry.
maybe some of the guys opting to start the race with a more dry setup than a wet setup.
Yes.
So and yeah, some guys might be using their semi-wet, semi-dry setups, which is going to slow them down, and of course in the dry. So yeah, anything can basically happen right
I think the hardest question, boys, mid-pack. Who do you think is going to spring the surprise in mid-pack?
Well,
I'm gonna pull a Gary.
You're going to go Gary.
With
Oh,
Stadium.
boy.
Stadium holder.
Yes.
Mr.
We'll
Snail.
do something.
That's
Okay.
a tough call. I don't know. There's so many of them. I mean, I'm trying not to outthink myself. Fireblade, NTZ. These are big names in that pack. It's a tough call. I don't know. I can't call it.
I want to go for my boy Sarge, but I think the old man will prevail. He will come with the wise words and be the calm one. So I have to go with Fireblade, man. Mr. Old Baggy. Mr. Old Baggy's going to pull this one out, but it's so close. I mean, 310s is from 8th to 14th, so it's going to be interesting. Oh boy, someone's spun it on the formation lap at the
It's
head.
like Dave,
At the
isn't it?
Shrine. It is a Mercedes, so hopefully it gets back. Hopefully gets back into place and does not get
Time penalties.
teleported. The problem is now I think he is not within his position. Oh no, someone is getting a drive-through.
There we go.
Let's see. Oh,
Down the
green
lane.
flag. No drive-throughs. That's good news.
Sarge is in the pits. Sarge is in the pits.
Oh no.
Well, it looks like Slow lost some places there in the beginning, or at least one place, but it looks like he's coming back.
So Skitty's ahead, Pace, then Frost, then Slow, and then Mutwa. So Mutwa has already gotten past Dave.
And these boys are fighting it off. So 1, 2, and 3 off the bat are just out there. Skitty, Space, and then Slow seems to have out-whittled his teammate Frost.
Yeah.
Was it
definitely.
Press that
Yeah,
something?
Frost. Yes.
Okay.
Frost is behind Slow, so Frost is defending from the boys behind him. So yes.
Well,
But I
Frost and
see-
Slow are teammates, so they'll help each other out. Get back to the
Paces
front of the round.
looks like he's all over Skitty there. There's only half a second between them, so that'll be close.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see who's done what with their setups if it starts raining.
If it
We
does.
might see some guys going really quick right now and suffering a bit in the rain.
Or we might not see any rain, because from the weather predictions, what I saw is just full sun. So it needs to change dramatically to go to raining conditions in a 75-minute race.
Yeah, but aren't you like ×4 multiplier?
No,
Or
not really. We've decreased. So there's a few things we've changed a bit on this season. So we've decreased the multiplier a bit, not to make it that hectic, but we've increased the variable sensation. But I don't think it's going to play that much of an effect. And again, like I said to the guys when we had the driver's briefing, the reservoir might be raining when you're practicing, but in all fairness, once you start putting in free practice and qualifying and all those things, it changes everything completely, even from a variable statistic point of view.
Shocks, can you jump a little bit back to us so we can see what's happening there in that little mid-pack, or should I say that big mid-pack of ours? Is it happening there, or have they spread out?
It's quite a spread everywhere, to be fair, but there is a bit of battles here and there. So I'm going to leave it from here. You guys tell me what you want to see where. We've got Robin Dobbin on the 7th place. He's chasing down Popcorn. He's being followed back by NTZ, who I believe qualified somewhere in 12th. So NTZ
Yes.
has made up about 4 places. Frost has lost one. AC is okay. Popcorn has gained a few. So Dave has lost a lot of positions.
Dave has fallen back quite a bit. I hope he didn't choose the wet setup.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
where he started
yeah.
off. I mean, he was caught off guard, and I think it was him that was way off
Still
pace,
falling though. He's still falling, yeah.
and he's still falling. So I wonder, did he get damaged alongside some other point? Because he's definitely falling way
Something
off the back.
he's definitely not doing what he was supposed to be doing. I think, and there's no. Is there mandatory pit stop in this race?
It was supposed to be. I only noticed that now, and what? Oh, I love my servers. I love my servers.
Oh boy, yes, there is supposed to be a pit stop, and yes, I do see that our server is not indicating as such. So
No.
we will have some administrative work after the race to check and see if everyone did a pit stop.
Yeah, or you just have to start a commission to find out what went wrong.
Yes, well, I've got all my settings on my server now, and I've literally just opened it all up, and everything on boxes has been ticked, which is mandatory pit stop count and mandatory pit stop tire change required. So it is definitely there. I think the server went whacked on us.
Yeah, it does look like that. Oh man. Well, now I guess we will have to wait and see what happens, because now let's see.
Dave now in the pits, so yeah, maybe he just suffered heavy damage or something. We'll see
Yeah.
how long it takes to get out there.
And we can potentially have individuals not pitting, which means we can't
Well,
really punish them, can we? Because I mean,
Well,
you take
like
the
I say-
opportunity that's given to you.
Everyone
Yeah, I agree.
knows the race is you are supposed to do a pit stop, so I guess we'll have to keep an eye and see who does pit and who does not, and we might have to, because everyone's aware there's a pit stop, that we would need to manually implement just a time penalty. So fun times for admin.
Fun times for
Tomorrow.
admin. I wish I'm not that guy.
So
Yes.
tomorrow I will not.
You're gonna have some guys saying, yeah, but the game was saying we don't need to pit stop, and other guys gonna say, but we're told to pit stop. And
You know that's where we get that's where I as admin get quite harsh, because I go, the TvT rules stipulate this is the rules, and it clearly stipulates round 2 75 minutes with mandatory tire change. So
It does. So let's see how this all develops out.
let's hope the gents just calm heads and like, okay, I will pit, even though it doesn't say pit, I will pit, but yep, we're gonna have fun tonight.
Well, we're definitely gonna have fun tonight. If any other guys picked it up while they were doing their setup, it's gonna be one of those things. Do you punish a guy that picked up on what the server didn't present and things like that? But it's quite fun. Mid-pack racing. So Skitty has gotten a good gap on pace at the moment.
He's pulling away. Slow seems to be, is he 3 seconds or 0.7 behind pace?
Oh, that
4
was,
seconds behind pace.
and that was one of those magnificent passes by Checo. So Checo is on the move. So he's probably made his position back on NTZ coming down that straight, and he's making up positions as we speak. And again, he's in a car that I wouldn't expect him to be. Isn't he a proud-to-be Bentley driver?
No, he's full on Bentley. I was shocked when he said that he's not going Bentley for this series. So yeah, it's boys are jumping out there.
Yeah, very, very interesting choices. Is it one of those series where we just believe that the tracks we've used and indicated is more of a mid-rear engine type? I mean, we've got...
it could be, because that's what the majority of the cars look like.
It does,
Or
right?
at least at least the top half of the grid are pretty much mid-engine cars.
Yes, and the front engine guys are really struggling today. They're all in the bottom 10, if you call it that way. So anyone with a front engine car is not happy today. Like, not
The
happy at
top,
all.
top engine car is in 7th, which is Robin.
Yes, and he's about the
So
only one
that is-
representing.
Yes, everyone else is from 11th and down. It's madness. Absolutely.
Yeah, I see Gary also dropped off a lot into 17th place. I don't know if he went to go pit because he was 13th a couple of laps ago.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's only a few seconds ahead of Dave, so he possibly could have jumped into the pits as well.
Who went off there? Someone went off.
Someone went off there. That is a Mercedes
It
that
looked like
went
a
off.
Merc. It was definitely a Merc for sure.
I'm not 100%
Was it
sure.
Kale? Might have been Kale, I'm not sure, yeah. But that looked like a hard hit on the wall. That's some serious damage if that was the case.
If that was the case. If that was. And again, ooh,
Oh, it was OJ.
Boy, where's
in
Skitty?
17th.
where's
It was him.
Skitty? There he sits. Skitty
Yeah.
in and out. I didn't see a pit stop there, but now Pace has got
Nope.
a massive gap over everyone behind him. That's a 6-second deficit, and he's leading the race. So us talking a lot of nonsense in the background did not even see that happening.
Yeah, Skitty obviously went off somewhere because he's not far enough behind that he would have pit stopped. So
So
Well-
Skitty was in first.
He's now in first. AC Mutua is in fourth, challenging GTA is slow, who I guess is being the better teammate, and I'm gonna go the Bottas in the Ferrari scheme, or the McLaren scheme of things, and letting his Lewis Hamilton Frost go and chase down pace.
100%. I think Frost has a little bit more pace than Slow anyway, so I think it was just a matter of time.
Skitty spun
before,
at the chicane. If I look back on the stream, he spun at the chicane and then got going again.
Nice, good
Very
pickup
clear.
on that one. So we definitely missed Skitty losing it out somewhere along the track. These mid-pack boys are fighting.
I told you, commentators curse, man. I told
Commentators
you. It was
curse.
hoping.
Well, it's a four-way battle that is slowly potentially developing into a five-way battle, even more. Because Popcorn and Robin are gaining, maybe not, on the four leading cars ahead of them.
Yeah, there's a Mutu is all over those two Ferraris in second and third. Wow.
He seemed to
And
have
then-
lost a position there now.
And then Skitty's gone past. He's let Skitty through.
Because
Skitty's gone
that's his
past Mutu.
teammate.
That's his teammate.
That's his teammate. See, this is where all the team versus team thing strategies come into play. It's like, do you want to battle your teammates? So you got two teammates going second and third, which is GTA is Frost and Slow. And of course, at the start of the race, Slow was ahead of Frost. So did he let him go so that he knows his teammates quicker than him? And again, Skitty was leading the pack, fell out of place, came back into it, and now Mutua just let him by and go like, take it, go for it. You have it, Captain, and I'll follow your lead.
Yep, and then as they do that, you've got is it Robin and Popcorn in the background that's busy catching up to the gents as well. So
So it's a very
it's
interesting
definitely-
development.
And we still have an hour to go.
Yeah, lots can happen. Again, a lot of this can happen. Based on race, where we are in format, there's definitely 3 or 4 packs here. So you got pace that is outclassing everyone at this moment. And you got like the second pack. I don't know what to call them. It's second to 7th. They're all in one group. And then NTZ is fighting with Checo, who's in the Ferrari, which is very unusual. And then everyone else is kind of spread out evenly, which... except
Yeah,
these guys.
from Blade backwards, the boys are spread because I think then it's all the slower guys and then some of the boys that have jumped into the pits. So yeah, Sarge at least I see he's made his way back up. He's in 13th already, but he didn't pit. He just started from pit lane. So
Yeah. And he's
It's
now
just,
at the back of Frankie.
That's the worst. Man.
And he's got his wipers on, so
yeah,
either-
he's just having fun.
yes, he's either getting some wheel splatter from that Aston, and that's the V10 Aston, isn't it?
That does look like the
looks
big
like-
boy Aston.
Yeah,
That
it does.
is because there's
that's
two
the older
Astons
one.
with each other. One new Aston and one old Aston. So someone's either mistakenly chosen the wrong Aston, or they've decided to go with brute power.
Well, this is the three-way battle, though. Nonetheless,
Oh, there was a touch, but there's an Aston running off track, and then there's a Merc capitalizing on the situation.
sure, these boys are fighting. And these are guys fighting in position 15th, 14th, and 13th. So, Kyle, Charlie, Frankie, Sarge has now cleared that back.
Look who's coming in the background. Oh, Gary.
And Mulcahy.
Mr.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Snaggy
sure
and
he's
Mr.
one
Oh,
of the
there
guys
goes.
that's at the early stop, so we'll
That-
see
that-
when he ends up in the race stop.
That big Aston does not look like it wants to be turning. It wants to just go off track the whole time.
Yes, it is very quick, though.
Yeah.
Mulcahy
Oh.
making a look there.
Harry had a look. He definitely pushed the Aston a little bit wide there. Oh no! And there goes who's that
That's
spinning there?
From
Is
Charlie
it Uncle
spinning.
Charlie? Uncle Charlie having a spin.
Oh, Charlie. He's going to be very aggressive after this.
Well, now he's got. Is that Dave coming up behind Uncle Charlie? Looks like Dave. Or is it OJJ?
No, I don't
Is it
think it's
OJJ?
Dave.
Looks like OJJ.
Hmm. Dave is
I'm
way
afraid-
off pace.
Sad for Dave, man. I don't know what happened there with Dave, but Dave has chopped his race. Hey, what is happening back in the front? We got Pace with a massive lead over Frost, and then Skitty, is he closing down on Frost? That
No,
does definitely
Skitty
look like
lost.
it. He got Frost slow.
No, Skitty's back in 7th again.
Oh boy. Okay, never mind.
Skitty is getting the whole width of more than commentators curse with you. I think you should just keep quiet from now on. And
So Skitty is not on for the win no more. Skitty, just try and finish top 10, bud. There you
yes,
go.
like
Sorted. Top 10.
Now you're making it worse for him. Now he's going to not finish. Stop talking about it.
Damn.
Because he has the pace, man. There's a lot of time left in this race.
There's an hour to go. I think if he puts in early, gets some new fresh rubber, and then hammers it down for an hour, top 5 definitely on the cards for him there.
Yeah, anything can happen. Still 1 hour, 68 minutes, 58 to be exact. A lot has changed since the beginning of the race, to be fair.
This grid is confusing now.
It's hard to keep track when you have so many individuals everywhere. So I can just imagine Skitty is... I don't know what the challenge is, but he's not the first guy that I've seen that either struggles with the Audi and cannot keep it on track the whole time, or is it a driver thing? That's my question. How difficult is it to drive that Audi?
Well, I drove it in the
Also a new
24-hour.
Yeah.
I drove it in the 24-hour car Lamy, and you would not catch me dead back in it, in all honesty, because it will turn this lap, and the next lap you take the corner the same way, same braking point, everything, and it spins and kills you. So, it honestly, if you can drive that car, you can probably drive anything.
You need to try to avoid the curbs with that car. For sure.
Yes.
Is that what makes Pace so great? Besides the fact that this is Pace's favorite track, like favorite, and you can see that by the telemetries.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but it does look like Crest and Pace are pretty much on the same pace. The time differences are between 6.8 and 7.1 seconds for every lap so far. So I think I'm not sure if Fast and Slow also got a bit slowed down with Skiddy's spin,
Mm.
that they lost so much time at that point in the race.
From a
But
racing
Fast
standard.
is definitely quicker than Slow at the
The
moment.
qualifying setups where everyone was. Skitty did qualify, out-qualified everyone else. Then we had Pace, then we had Frost, then Slow and AC. So those boys are still in and there. Dave, the biggest loser today, no offense saying that word, but it seems like something went horribly wrong with him because he went from 6 and he's all the way back of the grid at the moment. Checo is making up pace. Popcorn is very stable to where he is. A guy we haven't talked about is Jay Dobles. I don't know where he sits in the block, but again, so many things have happened to, and the unexpected for certain individuals has just rocked the boat completely.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's ACC for you.
Never a dull moment, eh?
Yeah.
Not at all. And now we've got Skitty all the way on the back of Popcorn, who was looking good to being a top 5. Skitty looking on the outside. I'm not sure if that's the best path to go. Contact made.
Oh no! Did
That-
Popcorn make it? Did he make it? Let's see. Skitty's gone through. Popcorn. I think Popcorn had a spin.
Oh, that was just terrible. Two cars going side by side into the slowest corner. Definitely one closing the door on the other one scenario.
Yep. Guess we might have some R&D work after race 2 today.
Yes, some R&D, or it's just a level of frustration from a man that knows he's got the speed to do what he does, and he's got two silly incidents, a spin here or a spin there, and he's trying to make up the time for what he's lost because he knows he's got the pace. It's now the second time he needs to work his way from back to front again. So
Yeah, but ACC is also one of those things. I mean, you can't just push it a little bit more. I'm sure a lot of these guys at the start anyway are pushing as hard as they can, especially the front runners. If you're gonna push it harder than you can push it, it's just not gonna work.
The game will bite back. But that incident with Popcorn and Skitty, man, that was just like, it's so close, and it would have been fine. But ACC, you just touch each other, and it sometimes just puts you in a spin or sends you flying.
yeah, and even in real racing, I mean that's probably just a fender bender if in any case scenario. And it's how the game try and predicts of what can happen at that speed, which is very difficult. And I mean, even if you have two cars side by side, they might not have seen each other up until the point it's too late.
Yep, that's also true. Yeah, I guess we'll see after the race if the boys log an incident or if they just accept it as a race incident. But it was fun while it lasted.
It was.
Where we at? Who's in NTZ is in the Lambo. Whoa! And as I mention his name, he just about saves it while he is chasing down. Who is he chasing down? He's chasing down Checo.
Yes, and then we have Fireblade on top of him, and Fireblade's definitely going to go on the
Fireblade.
inside there.
He's taken him there. Fireblade.
Oh no, that's not
Fireblade's
Fireblade.
behind him. Who is that? That's a Merc.
It's a
Who's in
Merc.
that Merc? Is that Kale?
That's
Can it
Dave.
be? Is that? Oh my word! Dave's being lapped. Poor Dave.
Dave is not having the best race tonight. He's being lapped
Dave.
by many people, and he needs to make way, let them go. Awful race for him. He's not going to be happy after this one. That I can assure you. And a guy we haven't really talked about, Jay Doble.
Yeah, Jay's been silently just moving up the field. He's just been keeping it on the black stuff, doing what needs to be done, and I mean, he's. Where did he qualify? Like 12? I
12?
think 12 or 13.
13, so he's up a couple of spots.
He's definitely moved up quite a bit there, and he's only 1 point odd off of Robin, if I'm not mistaken. So he can definitely.
You know, man, something's very fishy here. It's either these boys have had offline, side-by-side Ferrari lessons that we are not aware of, because
Could be.
Yeah,
like
because these
like
Ferraris are flying, man. They are flying.
it's just Ferraris everywhere. Top 3 Ferrari. These boys in the mid-pack, Ferrari, Jay Doble, a man and I know he's a fantastic driver, even in the GTS side of it. Though. Don't take away anything from these boys, but like they've come to play.
Yep, no, these boys, and there was no bragging, no smack talk. He literally just today said, "Cool boys, we will see you tonight," and that was it. I didn't even know what car he was going to take, so I think the boys definitely been doing some offline running. And what we got to remember is that Jay is part of the PACE organization, so definitely I think there's been some secret PACE motorsport testing happening, because the PACE boys are definitely not slow in those Ferraris, man.
No, definitely not at all. I mean, back of my head I go like, is this Steven or Stefan Vessels coming in the background teaching these boys things that we don't know? Because I know Stefan will easily take up a Ferrari and give a few pointers here and there. So I'm looking at the RTA boys, hashtag what are you doing, hashtag who are you talking with, hashtag give us your secrets.
Yes, there we go.
Okay, gents, I gotta be out. I've got some work stuff, but if I'm done,
Alright, right.
I can hop
Thanks.
back in.
Thanks for
Have
joining,
fun,
man.
enjoy.
Good, good.
So
Good race.
I'm typing here on YouTube asking Stefan, because he's busy watching the stream, asking him whether he's been sharing some RTA Ferrari secrets.
Yes, I'm really curious about that. And again, good battles here, man. RT Popcorn and J Double now fighting it out. The Popcorn is definitely looking at means and ways to pass J Double. Double not making it easy for him. Again, the long straight is going to give him the optimal slipstream method. Is Double going to go defensive? Doesn't look like it. Swings on the outside, Popcorn. And I think these boys are teammates all working together, but there is a pace in there somewhere. And that pace screams like Popcorn pace versus Eleanor pace versus J Double pace.
Yeah, no, Popcorn being Pace's teammate and Jay being from the Pace stable, I mean, that's double shifting teamwork there, like Red Bull A and Red Bull B.
You took the words right out of my mouth there. I was like literally just gonna go like, is this the Red Bull car versus the Sauber car? Also owned by Red Bull. Has to be the bigger team in play.
Yep, definitely the boys are working with plans here, man. They're working with some plans. Well, Stefan has answered. Stefan says, no, Pace Motorsport doing their own thing.
Well, definitely Pace Motorsport came to race today. There's no two ways about it. And again, I'm not going to take it away from the Frost boys, because I don't think they're part of that whole shenanigans, but they are putting the car where it matters. And they're looking very good. Skitty is slowly gaining up on RTA Boutois, who's looking phenomenal there in 4th position. Again, a guy I backed on. I think my points and my names were Pace and Moutois. So
you are on the money at the moment. You are
so
on
far,
the money.
So far.
I see Gary's caught up to Sarge, or Sarge is caught up to Gary. One of the two ways there. But the Lexus boys are running line and stern.
Line and stern, yes. So the two teammates are running together. Oh, Gary making an awful mess out of that corner. Or was it Sarge?
No,
oh, that was Sarge. Oh.
Yep, Gary is in his red and white Lexus.
And Sarge is in the blue one. Okay, so teammates swap around over there. Other than that, from a battle point of view, closest guys on the track is NTZ, who's still trying to get a number on Checo.
I see Stefan says that that maybe he has inspired the guys and says, well, the Ferrari is just about good everywhere, but apparently it's quite good here at Barcelona. He says, but the only one getting some RTA help would be, of course, their driver from their stable, who would be Mutwa. But he's not in a Ferrari, so hopefully the Ferrari secrets work on the McLaren.
Well, something has worked because he moved away from the Lambo to a McLaren. So someone probably whispered something to him and go,
some bribery was going on there. Some bribery.
Some bribery. Let's not go for the German make car. Let's go something British.
Let's see where we at. So NTZ. He's still fighting with Checo. Jeez. And in the background you got Blade kind of stalking them. Yeah, the two. I gotta get this team name. I always forget their team name. They have this awesome team name. Hold on, let me get it here for us. Oh yes, they are called the fastest team.
The fastest team. Again, there we go. It just looks like Mutwa is playing the Bottas today. Like, for some other reason, every time he sees Skitty, he goes in the offensive line and just sits it there and lets Skitty do what needs to be done.
Yeah, no, I think they're just playing the teammate game. The one is a lot quicker, so just don't hold him up. Let him go. If Skitty keeps it on the black stuff, he might catch back up to the front guys.
He might. And again, 45 minutes of racing. I've only seen one or two individuals go through pit stop, so it's going to be an interesting dilemma after the end of the race. I do apologize. I have absolutely no answer for this. I've triple checked my settings, and normally I am wrong in setting setups. I do stuff it up because my trigger is too quick. But I did take like an extra 2 minutes before we set it up the race today, just to make sure everything's fine, all good and dandy, and all is well. I can check it now again. Pit stops needed, but it just didn't flag it up.
It's just one of those things, I guess. So far we've only Dave, as far as I know. It's only Dave that's pitted, and Dave pitted because he had damage, and Sarge started from the pit. So I think it's going to be two ways. If the boys saw at the start that there was no mandatory pit stop, they would have adjusted their fuel loads and off you go. Or they were like, well, someone screwed it up, let's just, go for fuel. Because it was a 1 hour and 15-minute race, and around Barcelona, I don't know if your tires would have lasted. It'd be touch and go for one set of tires?
Probably. It's kind of hard to say because this track is very demanding on tires itself. There's a lot of right-hand, left-hand type of corners, so you are going to lose a bit of grip coming to the end of the race. I don't think they'll make it with fuel though, because I think this is a very fuel demand track, considering the amount of straights and the time these guys have to do to gear down and gear up. I'm kind of expecting like a fuel usage of about 3 liters per lap.
I would think so, yes. I think that would be reasonable. Well, so roughly the 38-minute mark would be halfway. So
exactly.
My assumption would be that if the boys are still pitting, then it's going to start probably happening in the next lap or two.
Okay. Precisely. And again, we've just missed that whole passing thing. So NTZ just managed to pass Checo. And that was a long battle for countless minutes.
Yeah, they've been probably going at that for the last 10 minutes, but he kept his cool and made sure when he did his pass, it was a clean pass. But that Ferrari on the back end does look like it's got some damage.
Yeah, a bit of rubbing his racing damage, that seems to be. He's got Fireblade chasing him down, so this three-way battle ain't over yet. And again, that Ferrari looks twitchy, so did he make an honest mistake, or is he just too anxious on the throttle, trying to get more speed out of the car? Because you know as well as I do, the more you force it to do what you want it to do, the less speed you get.
Yep, that is so true. And I see Blade is busy lining him up as well for a move. Is he going to have it? No, I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a look on this time round into turn 1.
Not on turn 1, but he can set it up for maybe 4 or 5. Make him make a mistake, force a mistake, but I don't even think that's easy because NTZ sat what felt like hours behind Checo.
Yeah, that's, but you know, Blade, I don't know, sometimes guys get scared of the old man. He is so consistent, you can actually know, but Checo looks like he's trying to push extra hard. He seems to be being his worst enemy right at this moment, just making those tiny little mistakes, running wide, getting those twitches in the Ferrari. So yeah, I think he's causing and helping Fireblade to catch up to him at the moment.
See from the back end side, let's see if we can tweak anything of what he misses.
No,
Love having this. I really wish we could get so much better viewing capabilities with console, because it's a lot of controller work that I have to do and set up beforehand to get this, but once you kind of have your thing, then
there we go.
That's the only one you can work with. So again, it doesn't seem like Fireblade is close enough though. It is Dave right behind him, so frustrating Dave knows he is quicker than, I guess, the both of them ahead of him. But there's not much he can do because this is sort of a battle.
Yep. He can't just stick it in and try and go for it. So yeah, he's worst. Unfortunately, his own worst enemy on lap 1.
Exactly. That seems to be the case. I'd love to know what actually happened. But it does look like Checo found his comfort zone again. So it looks like he's hitting his markers right, getting it in there. Phenomenal good exit speed there.
Yeah, no, he looks like he's out of breath because he's not making those little mistakes again. So it seems like looking like he's pulling away from Fireblade now.
Yeah.
Maybe able to try and set off after NTZ and try and get that spot back.
That is a probable potential. And again, Checo looks like he is a lot stronger in sector 2/3. I don't know. That's Dave making a move on Fireblade. So
there you go. Two boys in the pits.
Gary's in the pit.
And who's the other one? I can't read it.
Kyle VDV Pace, also Pace Boy with his mode. Yes. Charlie in the pits, or was in the pits.
Okay, so I'm keeping a list.
Yeah, keep the list. We can probably have to figure it out when we're done. Skitty has made up a massive amount of time to slow. Like, phenomenal. He is smashing the time at this stage. I'm fairly sure that the boys ahead of him are seeing the time depleting lap by lap, and all they now see is Skitty back onto them again.
Yeah, but that's good. Good. Hopefully he can catch up and, but he might, depending what he did on his fuel, he might start to be running low. So now's the time for him to try and take that advantage. Or the two boys in front have just, they've run out of grip.
It's slowly getting darker a bit, but you can see the sun settling down, but I'm not seeing any race or rain for that matter. And again, it kind of feels like we're going to get 50% of the boys going like, why didn't it rain? And then we're going to get the other boys who go like, yay, no rain, but we wanted rain. And then I'm going to be like, do we ever win with you? Ever.
But yeah, the guys were right. Rain the whole week, and we get to the race, and there's no rain.
Exactly. I don't know how the servers work. I really don't. I need to have a magical number Skitty is on form, and he is
I know
looking
he's
on the
flying.
inside.
He's about to go past slow and just like, thank you, goodbye.
Yes. It's whether Slow is going to make it easy for him. Because Slow was very, very defensive last week. Didn't have the best race, to be fair. Struggled here and there. Tried
Ran
to get
wide.
back into the room. He ran wide there. That's not really opening the door for him because that Ferrari is quick. Skitty is making every possible move. Looking left, looking right. Ooh, too quick on the throttle there, that's for sure.
That was close. I think Skitty's just taken like, not again, deep breath.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but that's just probably how his day is going. Like,
Well, I've had one of those. First, I lost my car keys, then thought it's locked in the car. The locksmith opens the car key's not in the car, found the keys in the house, and then I jump in the rig to do some laps, and then a wire broke off of the load cell. Solder the wire back and get on track, and nothing works. And somehow the computer reset all the steering settings, so I feel G's pain.
yeah, some days are good ones, some days are bad. Oh, if Skitty only had a better exit there.
Oh, slow, absolutely just. But Skitty might be able to. He should pull into him quite considerably right at the end here because of the speed difference. He had a much better exit, but wow, that Ferrari in a straight line definitely looked like it's probably running quite a bit lower wing then.
Yeah, so that Ferrari is definitely a lot quicker.
Okay, Robin is in the pits.
OJJ in the pits, Frankie in the pits, J Double in the pits.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So the boys, I think it seems the boys went, okay, we do have to pit. So
Yeah,
at least it's good to know. It's good to know. We're getting there.
we're probably gonna get there. I'm fairly sure everyone will pit. I mean, I've not seen a sim racer, not being honest, but I have seen cases in other communities where guys will take the full shirt instead of the string in order to gain time and momentum. So
Yes.
Skitty's still struggling. I mean, this is about the closest battle everywhere.
Yes.
I think he just needs to get the last few corners properly sorted, get a bit more closer to that Ferrari, exiting the final chicane there, then he should be able to do something. It is the hardest point on the track. So this one, you gotta be cautious, you gotta be wary, make sure you get your brake marker, don't hit the curb too much, get more momentum out there. That looks a lot better. Again, still itchy coming out of there.
Yep. They both look a bit twitchy. It's not great coming out there because just delaying your acceleration. Oh, now he's getting a nice run. Now he's getting a nice run on that Ferrari. Woo!
Still not 100%. Still not there. It's that close, but he going to look on the outside. Bringing it back on the inside. That might help him if he can get onto the throttle a lot easier. That looks inside line. Keeping it up, pushing. No.
Well, it's Ferrari ran wide.
Ferrari ran wide.
But we will have. There we go. Skitty's through. Skitty's taking it. There we go. What? No, wait. Is it? Oh, I almost thought Slow's gonna just, send it.
Send it.
Lick the stamp and send it.
Well, that was good battling. That was really making the move count. And
going back. Woo! Oh no!
Sure. Heart attack moment there.
I almost thought I thought Skitty made a mistake, and then I see slowing down, and then bam, hello Aston. Wow.
That was close. That was close. But again, good pass there from Skitty. Out of all that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out of corner 2, I believe, and I'm not 100% sure what that corner name is. To went the wider line to try and create the cut back in. and that sort of forced Slow to go a bit wide, and then showed his nose on the inside line. Didn't really commit to it, but again, not committing to it made Slow go wide onto that exit, and then that just opened the door for him to be in place, take the inside line, and make the pass count. Great drive, phenomenal.
Yeah, that's, I mean, from falling all the way down to 7th, coming back to the top 3, falling back down to 7th, and he's found himself back in the top 3 again. I mean, that just shows you the kind of speed this man has, man.
So everyone's
Okay, someone got a penalty there in the pits. Who's that in 18th spot there?
that's disqualified for wrong direction that I saw.
Oh no.
That's
Careful.
terrible. Checo in the pits,
Checo's in the-
Popcorn in the pits.
Okay, so Checker in the pits, Popcorn. I can't make out the name. Who's disqualified? Who's
Well,
disqualified?
Charlie.
Oh no. Oh jeez. Okay, Uncle Charlie has been DQ'd.
Poor Uncle Charlie. Probably drove the wrong direction or went into the pits and reversed or something.
I can only think that yeah, he's gone in the pits and he's somehow messed it up in the pits.
Yes. So, more other closest battle. OJJ, a man we haven't really talked about at all, and he's trying to get into the ACC thing, which is good for him. Big ups to OJJ. I know he's a phenomenal driver on GTS. The man has got speed and pace with him. New adventure on ACC, so I expect him to be. Give him a few months, give him a few races, and we're gonna see magical things occur here, because he's about the pace of Alanar, about pace and those boys.
Yeah, I think he's just going to take some time to get there, and then once he's worked it out and gotten rid of the GTS habits, I think
Yes.
then and he adjusts to ACC. I think he will then probably join those front running aliens, and give them a run for their money.
For sure. And again, I'm NTZ in the pits. I'm keeping an eye out for him. I really hope he perseveres and pushes it through, because again, it's all about getting acquainted with the fundamentals of ACC, and I believe it's a lot harder on console. But these guys are doing a fantastic job to do so. But it's all also for those setups and configurations and tweaks. Mr. Blade in the pit. So if you're not used to it, it's a learning curve.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I was looking on the mainstream, and yeah, Uncle Charlie was in the pits, and then he got disqualified. So only thing I can think is he overshot his pit quite a bit, and and then reversing in the pits too much, where the game eventually then disqualified him.
Yeah, it's one of those learning curve things. Again, it can happen. If you miss your pit box, you can't turn around and go back. It's just one of those things. If you miss it completely and you miss it by too far, you sadly have to go all the way around, come back in, retry to avoid that automated disqualification.
Okay, so at least it looks like the boys are doing the whole pit stop thingy.
Yeah.
We have got, how many has pitted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of the 18. So we've got 5 guys left to pits, and I think it's, in
Most
any
of the
case, the
front?
5, the top, yeah, I think it's the top 5. Mutwa has not been in the pits,
No.
Slow has not been in, Skitty has not been in, Frost has not been in, and Pace has not been in. So that's
Yes.
basically left over. So your top 5, we need to keep an eye on if they're going to the pits.
Yes. And again, I'm also keeping an eye out on Sarge. He's creeped up all the
Sarge
way
has-
to
Sarge
6th
has
place.
not pitted. Sarge has not pitted.
So
Sarge-
Sarge is probably them. So I would guess the top 6 boys haven't really pitted at this moment. Popcorn, I believe, was in the pits, and
he was in the pits with Checo. Him and Checo kind of jumped in together.
Guys are a bit spread out today, like very wild
but
animals in the field.
I always feel Barcelona, if you don't get the setup 100% and you don't get your lines perfect, you can just not be on pace. So I have not been in a race at Barcelona where it's a continuously close grid. So yeah, it's kind of expected, in my opinion, at Barcelona. This is just such a technical circuit. Even though it looks easy, it's so technical.
That's the idea, and I would fully agree with you there. The tracks is, for my personal view, the ones I don't like is mostly the ones I can honestly say I struggle to do a consistent lap the whole time. Barcelona is one of them. There's just no choice about it. Good race pace, you're looking at a estimate 45s, 44s, 46s.
Yeah.
And if you vary there by a second or two in between your lap times, you're just gonna lose so much time for the guy ahead of you. So it is hard. It is hard.
I know this track. I've never liked this track. It's just because it's so technical. I don't know. I don't like it. But a lot of guys say it's a phenomenal circuit. So maybe it's just because I'm always slow on it. That's why I don't like it.
It's some of the corners that gets me.
It needs the curbs, man. I like hopping curbs. There's no curbs to hop.
That's also very true. So Checo is fighting Blade and he's trying to make position, and that's gonna be good. I'm gonna go back to the leader, man. Pace, Eleanor pace.
Let's give him some airtime. The boy is so far ahead that we've kind of neglected him.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he is practically swinged it out of the park. Now, normally I would just go and five around because I know Eleanor pace streams, and that's kind of his thing. I mean, the man streams, he does his thing, he's part of the whole pace motorsport movement. So
there's two more points in the pits. Who's that? Looks like Sarge and
Sarge and Skitty, and Slow is also now in the pits.
Okay, so Sarge, Skitty, and Slow, all in the pits. Awesome. So that leaves 3 left. So Mutwa, Crust, and Pace. Oh boy, geez, but these guys have gone long. They've gone quite far into the race, if you think about it, on the pit stops.
They have, and I think they pretty much just planned it to bring it into play, so that they can add some flair to it, anticipating the rain. It's kind of those scenarios that you think they would have done.
Okay.
See if I can.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see everything on the screen. You changed something on the screen.
Really?
Yes, on my screen it was a tiny little block. Now it's a massive block. Now I can see everyone's names on my screen. Yeah.
Oh, I just did that so that I can add my treat
I see.
to
You're
the broth.
getting all fancy again.
So now we can look at Eleanor's face on his YouTube stream. And again, there's a bit of a second view delay because I'm grabbing it directly from YouTube. But you can see the man working it hard while we can look at him while he races. Frost in the pits now, and Sarge is still in the pits.
Now, Sarge still in the pits. I wonder if that's not something that's gone wrong, because that's an awful long time in the pits. So we got 2 boys left, Mutwa and Pace. That needs to.
That's a very long time. He's still standing.
Yeah, it's excessively long.
Not moving at all. Frost also in the pits, standing. I heard him move, so that's probably a movement from him. Courtois is out already. Frost is still in the pits.
Yeah, so Mutwa and Pace are the two boys left that need to still jump into the pits. Yeah, I think something's gone astray there with Sarge. Boy's still in the pits. Because there you go, Frost playing and Sarge is still in the pits. So
I wonder what happened to him.
unless he's decided that's it, he's giving up and he's had enough.
That is just unusual. I'm telling you, I'm not bringing you to commentating anymore. Cause
I'm not going to come commentate ever
You-
again. This
you-
is horrible.
you've given the worst curse to all your guys. Sarge, Dave, Skitty. No, that's just.
Sarge says his wheel just seized up. He's got no controls and a couple of explicit words.
Mechanical failure of note. That is just the word. There we go. Pace in the pits now. Ooh, looked like he overshot it. They had to do a bit of a reverse action there. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like it was that severe or detrimental, but he is in the pits. Mutwa is the only man, I believe, on track at the moment that hasn't pitted yet. So
Yeah, he's the only one that still needs to pit.
he is our preliminary race leader, if I can call it that way, because he's going to go up to number 1. Looking good for him. The man I need to watch out is Skitty. I don't think he's going to have that amount of time made up. He did jump the gun early enough to get the final few pit stops done.
Well, I see he's jumped fast. He's jumped fast.
He has
So
jumped
Skitty-
fast.
So Skitty should be theoretically into second place once Mutwa does his stop, but wow. Okay, I did not see that coming.
I
So
didn't.
Skitty was flying.
Skitty was flying after his pit stop, so he has made a tremendous amount of time, and I really don't know how, because Frost is in 4th. He's quite a bit adrift from Skitty, and so is Slow.
There we go. Sarge is finally out the pits, but he is 3 laps down.
I feel sorry for the man.
Dave has made his way up to 12 after he did his early pit stop, so he's slowly on the move.
He is. Definitely is. Checo and Blade are still battling it out here. And it doesn't seem like Checo has any answer for that Aston ahead of him. Even though they were lapped now.
Are they just behind NTZ, or was that a lapped car that's just in front of Blade?
Well, that was Mutwa. So
Mutwa's jumped in the pits. Okay, so we don't have to worry about tomorrow's admin work, as the entire field has done a pit stop.
well done, boys. Big ups to everyone listening to our drivers briefing, knowing what is expected of them. Even though the server didn't play with us, they are still doing what is right. Hey,
Thank goodness for that. Hey, I can have less beer stress.
I'm more stressed than you because I need to figure out why this happened. This is just.
You'll have to test it and see why it's gone and done that again. The console servers, they just keep biting.
They just do. There's something about them that just doesn't go well. But then again, it can happen at any given moment. Even in all of fairness, even with the PC side of it, I've seen and talked to a lot of administrative people, and they all restart, redo things because sometimes it just doesn't like something. So anything's possible.
So let's see. So Skitty is second. Even Mutwa's jumped fast. Oh wow!
That is a big jump though. Like,
So Frost must have. Oh no, there he's gone past. Frost is showing that he. Oh no!
big,
Mutwa
big accident.
Mutwa gets whacked by Merc. I don't know which Merc.
I don't know
Is back
either.
in the pit.
That
Okay. Maybe that was Kale. Was it Kale? Maybe.
no, that
No,
looks to
that-
be like
that's
OJJ.
Oh JJ. Oh man.
Not the man we have so much hope for. Just had an unfortunate event.
almost collides with the Lambo as well.
It's just
So yeah, so Mutwa was in third and is now in fifth place
Yeah.
after
that
his,
incident. That was so weird
oh.
because it looked like he lost his rear end, spun it out, and then tried to recover it, and then right there was the Merc smashing into him. So can't really
Yeah.
blame the Merc there.
No, I think it was just collateral damage for poor OJJ there. Mutwa having a spin and just collecting the poor OJ and his Merc. Alright, well, Skitty's into second, Fast is third, Slow fourth, so it's looking good for, you've got top 6 positions between 3 teams. So first and 6th is pace, the pace corn, and then you've got second and 5th place, which is the fastest team, and then you have got, is it Valento? Is that what they call themselves? They've got an interesting name as well.
Yeah,
It's
GTS Valento, or is it just Valento?
I think they are just Valento. Let's just make 100% sure here. Yeah, just pure Valento. So Fast and Slow is just Valento. I still want to ask them how they get to that, but okay.
There's potentially a story behind it, and I know some of it.
I'm sure there is. And then we've got Robin in 7th and Blade in 10th for. So some of the teams have changed their names. So they are called the Old Farts. Because I call Blade Old Baggy. So Robin said, well, he feels just as old, so they'll be the Old Farts. And then Jay and Checo are teammates, and I know they call the X's on pace because we continuously talk about Checo and his X's. It's kind of just a fun story every week. And then NTZ, he's new. Did he sign up with a team? Oh yes, he's called Bandit Racing. So once a second player signs up, will it become Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, and then we've got Dave, and I see Ballistic unfortunately was not able to make the race, and I assume that is why Uncle Charlie joined. So they were D&G for Dave and Gavin racing, so that might change to D&C. And then you've got Sarge and Mulgary, who is supposedly our podium looters, but they have not been stealing any podiums, unfortunately.
Not today.
And then who have we got left? We've got
OJJ?
Kale VDV, and I think he and OJJ are in a team. And they also, let's just find theirs.
Just a stop and go to OJJ after his accidental incident, went to the pits to fix his car.
So Frankensaur Rex, he is racing for the Mobile Chicanes team. So OJJ with a stop go 32nd. Oof, that is harsh.
That is painful. I have to applaud you for trying to pronounce Frankens or whatever. I just call him Frankie.
Rex. I try.
I have looked at it many ways and I can't do it. I am awful trying to pronounce them. So that is just me in general. Like, sadly, and I will put my hand up for it, and people will probably commentate years after this, but like Anthony, aka DMR, GTI.
Yes, I could also never pronounce that ever. Never.
I went like, what?
I think someone said you pronounce it GTI.
Yes. Like
and
Volkswagen GTI. And the minute someone went that, I went like, how?
Yeah, well, exactly. I don't know. But yeah, and then we've got Kale VDV and Bro OJJ. They are the Wheel Pace. So some interesting team names that the guys have come up with. Always interesting to see what they come up with.
Definitely. And I think close battle we have is these two boys. Jay Doble, out of the midst of everything, back in play.
Yeah. Oh no, who's he fighting with? No, Jay and Robin.
Oh,
Him and
Robin.
Robin. Jay and Robin.
I think if I
So
have
first
to
it was
admit it,
Ico and yep, sorry.
I have to admit it, driver of my day choice is probably Doble. I'm pleasantly surprised to see him there, and I am thoroughly happy to see him there. That's just me looking at where he's raced, how he's raced in the past, the amount of struggles and bad luck he has had. Last week's race wasn't his best performance as well, and I think this is a phenomenal race for him.
Yeah, no, it's a great race for Jay. I think it's just what he needed because he wasn't sounding too optimistic for the GT3 cars. So I think this definitely will give him a bit of a boost. So yeah, it's like that. It's nice to see the guys. I'll never forget on Project Cars 2, Jay was a demon in his KTM.
Yes.
Yeah. And he is having a good look at Robin at the moment. Robin, I have actually only noticed that now. Have you seen that Robin and Fireblade is running the Sam Bagnall Academy, the Baggy Academy colors, the Indigo. Wait, I'll have to check that. Is it Indigo Lime? Yes, Indigo Lime Racing. That's the colors they are running.
It
The
actually
purple
is.
and the neon green. Yes.
Have we converted certain individuals
To the Baggy Academy.
Baggy Academy? Again, for those guys watching, Baggy Academy, aka the alien of console, man that stepped onto ACC console platform racing and dominated everyone. I still don't know if he races, but he has his own academy.
He's transitioned over into PC. So I know the last time I spoke to him, he's taken a break from console. I mean, the man raced, I think the last time I checked was 60 races with SOP, and he won like 54 or 55 of the races. I mean, he needed to migrate to PC.
That is just exciting. Ooh, Fireblade going very, very deep in there.
Luckily, he's got no one around him position-wise, so that's okay. Jay is still all over Robin.
Not finding what he wants to on passing opportunities, though. You can see he's trying everything. Which I find pleasantly surprised, because I don't think from a pace point of view that Aston is quicker than the Ferrari.
No. Definitely think the Ferrari's got more legs down the straight than the Aston.
So it's all about setting it up, making sure you get this final corner right, getting more close to it. He's close, but he's not close enough. And then...
And running wide.
Yeah, too quick on the throttle there, heading into it. So that's definitely going to lose you some pace.
Robin looks to be flashing. Oh no, he just put his lights on. I thought, oh, he's already flashing the boys there in front so that they can move out of his way.
Being a bit over enthusiastic, but he does have a battle with him, so that's the last thing he would want is anyone stopping him.
Yeah, he's pulling a Jacques. Who can forget? That's what Jacques loves, to just flash a guy when he's coming up behind him. His little move of distraction.
Little move of distraction. Well, from a race standard point of view, the clouds have come along, but I think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting rain at Barcelona this week. We will look forward to battles that will be guaranteed wet.
Yes, that is definitely wet. So, where are we off to in the next race? Well, we've got, what, 7 minutes of jibber jabber chatter?
Let's have a look where we are going next. Go calendar is up. So we are going to a wet Angara ring in a GT4.
Wow. Now that's going to be interesting.
25-minute race at Hungaroring in a GT4, and it's a wet one. So it kind of played out well because this was a dry race, so the third race will be a wet race, and then then they go to a one-make series with the Cup car. So yeah, definitely some good racing coming.
Plenty of things to
Oh
happen.
no, Frankensoul Rex got called to work and had to call it a night.
That's just unfortunate. Our life decisions in life, things that we pays the bills and marks up everything else. I still think these boys are the closest ones to do anything.
I'm not seeing. There's a little together. I just can't see which numbers it is. There's 3 cars together.
They're by 72.
Yes. I don't know if that's also.
72 or 77. 77. Yeah, that's these
Oh,
ones.
that's where we are. That is where we are at. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
these are
that's-
still the guys that are closer to each
that's
other.
it. Yeah. Other than that, everyone else is quite spread out.
Quite spread out.
Hey.
Pace is
It's gone. He just
gone.
keeps doing what he's doing. He will be. I mean, 22 seconds ahead of Skitty.
Yeah,
That is some driving. That is some driving.
that definitely is. I put my hats down. Skitty did try to do the best he could. Had a few incidents here and there, self-inflicted. I'm not sure what happened, but he did try and fight back. Got second so far. So if all goes well, that's where he's gonna finish. But yes, 22 seconds adrift from pace. That's pure domination.
Yeah, that's just showing off, man.
Yeah, that's sort of what it is. It's coming here and going like, take that. Last week was just a blur. You guys were lucky, and he's just put it on the map. Challenge accepted. Smashed
Well,
it out the park.
This is going to make the championship points individually as well as team points so tight between those 3 teams. I mean, they were the guys who were occupying the top spots in any case from round 1, but with the way it's fallen for round 2, it is definitely, I can tell you now, the boys are going to be screaming for the points tomorrow.
They are. They most certainly are. You're going to be a busy man. Again, still closest battle is these boys.
Yeah. Jay and Robin, and Jay's got 4 minutes left. He's running out of time. He's got, what's that, maybe 3 laps if he's lucky?
If he's lucky, and he just gets there and then he loses the momentum. So every time I keep a look at what Jay Doble does, he gets so close to him and then he steps away about half a second. So is his tyre slowly giving away? Is getting that dirty air from the Aston affecting the car now? All these things you got to think of and what has happened. Or is he going with, that's it, that's the best he can do?
No, I cannot see him. Not with 4 minutes to go and the guy only 1 second ahead of you. No. You got to try.
You got to try.
You got to try.
Go big or go home is what we normally say.
What's at least counts in his favor, NTZ's just about 6 seconds behind him. So should he make a tiny mistake, there is enough space for him to recover. So he's got that flexibility to push, but I can see that Robin has pulled out an additional 2/10 on him. So I don't know if that Ferrari has maybe just run out of tires. I think Jay was one of the first guys to pit, and Robin was kind of more middle-ish on the guys that pitted. So let's have a look. I've got the list here. I do. Robin actually pitted before Jay, so Robin is on older tires.
See, that's quite interesting. It all also, see, now he brings it up again. So you can see he lost that half a second and now he's back into it. So again, last push and shunt. He thinks he can do it. I think there's potential here. You just gotta set him up properly. It's all about getting that setup. It's the same thing that happened to Skitty. It's creating that setup. You got to get a good exit out of that final corner, put it down to him in the straight, make him or compromise him going into corner 1, 2, or 3, and then capitalize from there on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, let's see what he does. Hopefully, 2 minutes. I think he's got 1 lap left. Skitty, did he make a mistake? He lost 5 seconds to pace in 1 lap.
I don't know. Probably again another big whammy there for Skitty, and again it did look like that Audi was very tail happy today. So should we call it and go a bit more traction control?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe just a tad.
Maybe just a tad.
Is that Frost just behind him, or is that a back marker?
I think that's probably a back marker. Because Frost is a bit.
No, that's just a back marker.
Yeah.
Just...
And again,
so these boys are...
probably a good question who that back marker is. Oh, that's Checo. Okay.
Okay. Well, look at Dave. Dave kind of turned a disaster event into not completely a failure. He's got it in 12th at the moment, which is not bad. Pace has started the final lap.
So this is the end all of end all, so work with him and finish it off with the man that didn't capitalize on corner 1, but for some other weird incident, something occurred with Skitty. I'm gonna go with self-inflicted because we potentially lost that. And then from there dominated the race onwards till where we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Pace has not put a wheel wrong the entire race. I think he just, once he had that gap on the rest of the boys, he kind of just kept it steady there to bring it home, and he's kind of just pulled away steadily from everyone.
Exactly.
So yeah, he deserves the win today. He honestly, he has just dominated. Skitty, I think, would have been a good battle because the pace seems quite similar, but unfortunately, 3 spins from Skitty in one race.
It's hard to come back. He made a good comeback, but hard.
He can count himself lucky for being in 2nd place at the moment.
The final few corners.
Corners. Coming up to the chicane. Is that? Yeah, he's on his way to the chicane. I wonder if Blade's going to just let him past so that he doesn't have to complete another lap, or is he going to? What is he doing? Let's see. Is he going to let him through? Is he going? No, he's going to have to do another lap. Someone gets a drive-through for track limits. Oh, George gets a drive-through penalty on the last lap. Oh my soul. So, and hello, boss.
Sorry, I just bounced out for a moment. I was busy checking something. I'm wondering if we can get some of these boys into interview. We've got to do this whole interview thing. Someone started
we
the
got to
trend.
work that out. We got to work that out for. Yeah, we got to tell them to come into the interview. What we would need to do. Maybe for next week. I think we must prepare it.
I think we should try. I really want to try and get this in. Well done, good race there.
Yeah, absolutely awesome.
Skitty in 2nd, Frost in 3rd, Flo coming in 4th, Boutoir in 5th, Popcorn, couple of corners for him to go, cleaning it off in 6th. And again, the guys that have already finished the race, which is Checo, Dave, Gary, Sarge. Good race there by Popcorn, Dave, Robin, finishing it up in 7th. He's closely followed by J Doble. NTZ also final corner, 9th position. And then Mr. Blade cleaning it off in 10th. He's still got 3 corners to go to close that off. And then there we go. Pace, happy as a chappy, winning it, spinning it, and putting it on the block. That's his mark and his name.
It is awesome. It was a great race. I had fun watching the boys giving that some proper stick. That was great, man. That was absolute awesome. top 3 as same top 3 from round 1.
Same from round 1. Kind of, yeah,
Same
just a
top
bit
3, just different positions, but
different
same top
positions.
3.
There we go. And now I can get all the snappy shots, so everyone's going to see on my screen taking my lovely photos for race results. Just making sure we capture all of this, because we got to get all this info in, right?
Yep, we need to, especially for the points, because points are going to be interesting.
Well done. Again, so for everyone joining, everyone here on the stream, thanks for catching it. We probably talked a lot of smack tonight, but it was good having you here, Paul. It made me talk a lot less, be a bit more calmer. Fundamentally, a fantastic race. Pace coming to the table, taking the victory. That's him driving into the pit lane, followed up by Skitty, and then of course Frost, your 3 top running boys at the moment. And again, from an individual driver's perspective, I am fairly sure there is more to come. As Paul has mentioned, next we've got wet race on Hungaroring. GT4's wet, that's going to be interesting. So same time, same place. Thanks everyone. Anything from you, Paul?
No, that was awesome. See you guys next week, and good luck to the guys in GT4s.
Good luck. Good night.
Thanks, boss man.
Catch you all.
Cheers.
Oh, wait, and thanks to our subscribers. I have not forgotten.
Yes.
Big ups to all of them, and good night, gentlemen. See you next time.